Welcome to Sustainable Packaging with Cory Connors, presented by Atlantic Packaging. I'm your host, Cory Connors. In today's episode, I connected with Julianne Strunk, the portfolio marketer from 3M. We talked about their latest innovations in packaging and about some of their exciting upcoming innovations in the sustainable packaging industry. Stay tuned to hear the news. I'd also like to thank our sponsors, 3M, Specrite, and Lorax EPI. We couldn't do this show without them. Welcome to Sustainable Packaging. We're so excited to have a returning guest and friend of the show, my friend Julianne Strunk, the portfolio marketer at 3M. How are you, Julianne?
Hi, Cory. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm excited to learn that you started out at 3M as an intern,
I
and
did.
you have since been promoted 4 or 5 times, all the way up the chain to portfolio marketer, the youngest portfolio marketer in the whole company. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Maybe one of them. Yeah, no, it's been super fun. 3M has been such an incredible company to work for, and as you've been able to see, they have been doing so much in the sustainability space and specifically in packaging since I've been in the packaging industry. So it's been a great journey so far. I knew I loved the company back in college, and so being able to join them and to go up the ranks and now own a portfolio within packaging and be able to really make a difference in sustainable packaging it's an honor.
Well, congratulations and well done. You've done amazing things. You've got an exciting new campaign to address a growing need in the market. Can you tell us about this new campaign that you've started?
Yeah, absolutely. So here, I'll even flash up my screen here, show you a little sneak peek of what this campaign is going to look like.
All right.
So the campaign that we are launching is called Recycled Sealing Made Simple, and it's really to address a growing need that we saw in the market. And that is that recycled corrugate is becoming more and more prevalent. And it's funny because we're realizing a lot of customers haven't even realized it. They've come to us saying, hey, my tape heads are punching through my boxes. I'm getting jams on the line. My tape isn't adhering. I have tape leg popping, and they can't figure out why. So they automatically assume, is it the tape? Is it the tape head? And a lot of times what it comes back to is it's the corrugate. And they say, no, I've been buying the same corrugate from the same supplier for the last 2 decades. Well, you might have been, but 2 decades ago, a lot of the corrugate out there was virgin corrugated material. And so now when you look at the market, it's about 52% of every recycled or every corrugated material is recycled. So it's been educating both for me and for our end users, realizing, hey, you need to have different products to handle the different boxes that we have nowadays. And so 3M really listened to the voice of customer, listened to what we were hearing in the field, and said, how can we help you to come up with a solution for this?
Yeah, well said. We call it OCC, old corrugated cartons. And I think that's such an important part to educate people on because it can be less than desirable material sometimes. And I think
Absolutely.
we need to have the tape that works to actually seal those new corrugated boxes made from that old material. Well,
Yeah.
3M has been focused on sustainable packaging well before it was even called that for many, many years. Why are we focusing on this recyclable corrugated and how to close those boxes now?
Yeah, so we do a ton of things in this space. I mean, we've talked with you about our packer mailer material. We've talked to you about, our 570 paper tape that's fully recyclable on the box. But I think that we noticed that a lot of people were taking recyclability and sustainability in more bite-sized chunks. So maybe they'd already moved to a recycled corrugate or they'd already moved up a little bit, but they didn't fully want to invest yet in a paper tape or in new mailers. And so really we said, okay, let's meet customers where they're at. And where they're at right now is we're seeing a lot of them with that mushy container board, with boxes that are breaking, with lightweighting that they didn't even realize was happening. And I mean, it's fantastic. Our recycling levels for corrugate are well above 94% in the United States now, which is fantastic. But that does mean you're going from a virgin container board that's got these long, beautiful strands of corrugate that are super easy to stick to suddenly recycled corrugated that has specks in it from some of the adhesive that didn't come off during the skimming process. It's got ridges. It's got just a lot more complexities to need to stick to for a regular tape. And a regular tape just isn't designed to do that. So I think that while we looked at creating our own products becoming more sustainable, having 60% recycled polypropylene backing or having a recyclable paper tape, we also said, hey, our products aren't the only ones that are recycled. So how can we create a campaign and create a solution for our customers about something that we don't even produce, the boxes, and how can we help them fix the problems on their line that they're seeing with those recycled boxes. So I think it's not as much a shift away from the sustainable products we were looking at, but really just adding scope, saying, hey, we make sustainable, but we also make products that can boost your sustainable products that you might already be buying.
Exactly. It's what I think like you said, it's what differentiates 3M products from others. They are truly the Cadillac, the high end, they work. We know that they work. We can trust them when, as a packaging professional, when a customer calls and says, we're having an issue with this, the box is sealing, and they say they're using your 3M tape, we know it's not the tape. It's something else. It's maybe an equipment issue or something else in the box or something that we need to look at. But that's exciting to know. We can check off that box, literally. We also have an exciting announcement about a partnership with this show. I'd like to give you that honor of talking about that.
Yeah. So 3M is excited to announce that we are the founding sponsor for Cory Connors Sustainable Packaging Podcast. Make it really official here. It was something that we absolutely knew we wanted to do. As you invested more in your podcast and you continue to grow, we have seen such great connections and interactions. The people that I've gotten to meet through you at Pack Expo and various trade shows, getting to talk to you about what we're hearing in the market and get that valuable VOC. We just really wanted to make sure that we were at that forefront of not only innovation in the sustainable packaging space, but also learnings, because your podcast is a great place to learn about those new things that are impacting customers or that are coming out in the market. And so we really wanted to make sure that we made that investment this year, becoming a founding sponsor. And that way, as we continue to have new innovations, because I can tell you, we already have multiple other new products in the pipeline that are releasing this year around sustainable packaging. It's exciting because this is a great way for us to be able to share to that audience and really help people to grow in that journey.
Hey, friends, we are going to take a quick break to thank our sponsors. Please be sure to support them. Are you shipping with recycled corrugated? Think outside the box with 3M tape. 3M packaging tape can help you overcome your recycled corrugated challenges with confidence, making sure your boxes are sealed securely the first time, reducing downtime, and providing consistent performance. With 3M as your partner, you can maintain productivity, achieve cost savings, and turn packaging problems into sealing success. When you use recycled corrugated shipping boxes, think 3M packaging tape. Sustainability starts long before a product hits a shelf. It starts with the spec. That's why brands choose SpecRite, the leader in intelligent specification data management and modern product lifecycle management. SpecRite turns siloed packaging and product data into connected, reliable intelligence so AI can identify waste, optimize materials, streamline supplier collaboration, and accelerate sustainable product design. If you're trying to reduce packaging complexity or meet evolving regulations, it's time for a spec-first approach. SpecRite, the intelligent foundation for every product. Discover more at specrite.com. This episode is sponsored by Lorax EPI, global leader in environmental compliance and sustainability solutions. Lorax EPI empowers businesses to reduce their environmental impact and transition towards sustainable models through innovative software and expert consultancy. Their ENVI platform supports EPR reporting, environmental taxes, and voluntary commitments, while providing data-driven insights to set ambitious goals and track progress. With tailored strategies and a commitment to transparency, Lorax EPI turns compliance into a competitive advantage. Learn more at loraxcompliance.com. Well, it's incredible. It's my honor to be sponsored by you and your team. I've really enjoyed working with you and the whole team over there at 3M for the last couple of years. And I do want to thank the team from Atlantic Packaging and a New Earth Project for really investing in this show and partnering with this show to make it so much better. We were talking about the platform we're recording on it's so much better, and there's so many new features, and our team behind it is really promoting it in positive ways. It's exciting to be a part of, frankly, after kind of doing it by myself for so long.
Yeah, and we were there from the ground up. I mean, I remember
Yeah.
our very first holding up a cell phone at Pack Expo, walking through booths together, recording on Zoom meetings. I mean, it's really fun to be able to see the growth here and to see the community that's been created. I mean, seeing the posts that you share on LinkedIn and seeing the people commenting, what if we did this? What if we did that? Have you thought about this challenge? So it's something that 3M's always really held at the top priority is that voice of customer. And we want to look for a customer problem and find a solution. It's always been the 3M way. And I think that this podcast and this community you built is just a really great way to do that in the sustainable packaging space.
Well, thank you again. Yeah, it really feels like that. It feels like a true family, like a community that we're all working together to do the right thing
Yeah.
and to reach out. And I often have past guests reach out to me and say, "Hey, can you connect me with that new guest that you had?" Or we have an issue with this, and we think they could help. I think that's we should someday we should have a sustainable packaging podcast event. I think somewhere
Oh my gosh. Yes.
maybe.
Like a mix and mingle session. All the past attendees get to come together and decide what the future of packaging is going to be.
That would be quite a list. I mean, we've had almost over 400 shows. So yeah, so I think that would be a really neat thing. We should think about that. Maybe at Pack Expo, you mentioned.
I know. It would be a great spot for it. We're all going to be there. We already know it.
Well, let's talk about that. You said you're going to Pack Expo. Any other big events? Anything that you can tell us about that's happening at Pack Expo this year?
Yeah, so we're really excited. We're going to be launching some new products come Q2 and Q3. Keeping it under wraps for now, but very exciting stuff coming out, especially around sustainable packaging and this new recycled sealing made simple campaigns. Just really trying to help our customers with better ways to tackle those recycled corrugated challenges that they're currently facing in the market. So that's going to be a big theme at Pack Expo for 3M in 2026. 2024, if you went to our booth then, our big theme was our new sustainability campaign, driven performance, really taking that 3M purpose that we all are so passionate about, taking the performance and high quality products that we have and marrying them together. So this is kind of an extension of that campaign. And we're really excited to be able to fully launch it at Pack Expo and also to be able to bring some of our new products to light there. So I think it's going to be a great time for customers to come to us with their questions, with their experiences. You know, hey, I have been dealing with mushy container board, or hey, I have someone who's standing at the end of my line retaping with a hand dispenser because the tape legs keep popping. And I think that our experts there and our specialists are going to be able to answer so many of those questions. And hopefully our new products can help with that as well.
Well, I think you're right. And that's the right place to announce it. As you know, Pack Expo International happens every other year, and it's in Chicago this year, October 18th through the 21st. And I'll be there with Julianne. We'll be talking about this stuff. We'll be making videos and content. Maybe we'll even have some kind of a get together near the booth or, near the show. That would be really fun.
Would love that.
Yeah. Well, we'll work on that later. I think we'll maybe even do a whole nother episode about that because I think this
Oh, yeah.
next this event is going to be really a big deal, and for the sustainable packaging community, because I think, like we were talking about it, every year it continues to grow in
Oh,
popularity
yeah.
because it's such a focus. But why do you think recycled content in this sustainable packaging has become such a focus for all companies?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at market share alone, market share, 20 years ago is probably, I don't know, 90% virgin corrugate and 10% recycled. If you look today, it's really at about that 50-50 mark for market share. And we're just seeing it continuing to grow towards recycled content because the more people are recycling their boxes, the less availability of virgin content that comes out there. People are realizing, it's better to recycle it. Oftentimes it's much more cost effective. And as we know with companies right now, that's a big driver. And so I think we're just seeing a market shift. And like I said, some people don't even realize it. I'm sure in the packaging space, I'm going to have people laughing at this going, oh my gosh, we know this is happening. But I think people who aren't just living and breathing packaging daily, people who are on the floor might be like, hey, these boxes are way weaker than they were, a decade ago. And so I think it's something that's going to continue shifting in this space. Just like we're seeing that sustainable performance and sustainability initiatives are continuing to grow, I think we're going to continue to see recycled content. And that's not just in corrugate, it's also in tapes. I mean, we've launched our recycled polypropylene backing tape that's got that 60% recycled backing. We've launched a tape itself, the paper tape, our Scotch 570, that can be fully recycled. So people are coming out with both their own recycled products to try to lessen their footprint, but they're also trying to help customers like we are with the recycled recycled products that they're already buying. So I think that as we continue to push towards sustainability, towards a better future, building a better future, I mean, heck, I have a 2-year old. I want him to live in a better world where we're recycling more and greenhouse gas emissions are less. So I think as we continue towards that and we see more companies reaching towards those sustainability goals, recycled content and recycled corrugated specifically is going to become a much hotter topic.
Absolutely. And with extended producer responsibility laws,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
going to be a requirement, and it's going to be something that people are saying, well, what are you talking about? This doesn't have recycled content. What's wrong? We must
Yeah,
have that. And I also
exactly.
wanted to mention reuse. A lot of corrugated boxes are getting reused, and your tapes, your offerings that you've mentioned are perfect tapes for those boxes to be retaped again and again. And so that's something to mention, because a lot more people are reusing corrugated.
Exactly. And I think that's where our products really differentiate in the market is we have tape that our plus series tape. It's from 311 plus all the way up to 375 plus, whether you're, doing a food and bev application in cold temps with 311 plus or 375 plus, your heavy e-commerce, your boxes are getting beat up in shipping. We have a tape for each of those different segments that all can adhere to 100% recycled corrugate. And so I think 3M said, okay, we know that we have all of these different segments, we have all these different customer needs, but we see one common thread, which is sticking to that 100% recycled corrugate. So we created that instant grab high tack tape. Then we looked at our machines and we said, hey, the machines themselves are fantastic. They're high quality, they last long, but it's the tape heads that we continue to see. Does a tape head punch through a box? Is it being gentle if there's, overfill, if there's not enough dunnage? And so that's where we came out with the MPH Plus tape head and the AccuGlide 5 that are our highest speed tape heads, but yet our softest touch. And so that way you can run boxes as fast as you want through a machine, but it's not going to punch through and require you to retape. I mean, we've talked about cost savings. Labor costs are tough right now. Getting labor in factories and plants and keeping them and then paying them what they need for a livable wage, it's tough out there. And so we want to make sure that you're not having to redo all of that you're not having to retape with a hand dispenser once it comes out of your machine. It should be able to be done once and right. And that's really the 3M way. We have the right tape, the right system, and we want to be the right partner.
I was totally amazed by your facility there in Minneapolis. And I think that was really insightful to me to learn about the history of and the current and future of automation equipment. And the advanced technology you and the scientists there at 3M have created is absolutely incredible. So if anybody's listening and they're looking for the latest and greatest in packaging automation, reach out to Julianne and her team. This is what's coming. It's the future. And if you haven't adopted these systems, I think you're not behind, but there's a chance to elevate your system.
Absolutely. I always love showing people our 3M Innovation Center and showing them our 3M Packaging Lab. I mean, we have our very first case sealing machine that was basically just an erector. The guy was colorblind who made it, so it's bright lime green, and everyone was scared to tell him. And it's the most fun story to tell our customers when they come in, because they walk into the room of grays and blacks and reds, and they say, "Why do you have a lime green machine in the corner?" It's really fun. It's fun to be able to show everyone kind of where we started and where we are today. And that goes for our case sealers. I mean, heck, that goes for our, I think it was last year or the year before, we celebrated 100 years of Scotch. So, I mean, we've been here for a long time, and there's a reason for it.
100 years of innovation, and it's incredible to see. Congratulations to you. How do companies partner with 3M? And what's the best way to kind of get in touch with you?
Yeah, so we have a ton of different companies who partner with us. So our distributor network is something that we rely on so heavily. I mean, Cory, you work at Atlantic Packaging, who is one of our distributors. So basically, wherever there's a 3M product being sold, it's probably going through one of our incredible distributor partners. Our channel partner, or our channel army, as we sometimes call them, is just the best partner that we could ask for. They have so many touch points with different end users. They have fantastic specialists of their own, and they loop in the 3M specialists when they really need that specific need, or there's a very specific problem that a customer needs solved. I think if a company is interested in becoming a distributor, if they're ready to scale, we are always open to that. And even just partnering with companies who want to discuss innovation, like our packer machine. We worked with System Packaging to come up with a machine that could run this new material we had created. So we created a material, we had this incredible innovation, and we said, hey, who can create something that can really run this and have a customer be successful with it? So I think there's a lot of ways to partner with 3M, and we always see our end users as partners too. I mean, we will send our technicians into the field or application engineers, and a customer might say something that makes you think of it differently than you did before. And now you have a whole new machine modification that you didn't even think of when you came into the facility. So it's really fun getting to see that in action, and getting to see our application engineers and the wheels turning and the light bulb moments when they talk with customers.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned 100 years of experience, and I think that's something that's very critical to think about. Is that
Yeah.
this isn't something that you just thought of. This is something that's been in the works, and it's a lot of times customer driven, where the customers say, "Hey, we have these new boxes; they're not sealing. Can you help us figure it out?" And the 3Mers, as they're called, work hard to adjust the makeups of all the different materials so that they work better, and
Yeah.
it's exciting to see. So, what's next? Any exciting innovations that you can kind of sneak peek for us, or are we saving that for the next episode?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've seen that we come out with plenty of new exciting tapes. We come out with plenty of new exciting tape heads and machines. So all I can say is that 3M Packaging has some new things that are coming down the pipeline, specifically around recycled sealing, that we are very, very excited to launch to our end users. So if you have a 3M machine, or even if you don't yet, definitely be on the lookout. Be ready to hear about some of these new products that are going to be coming out over the next few quarters. We've been working very hard with customers, with our application engineers, to be able to identify challenges that we're currently seeing in the packaging industry across a variety of segments. I mean, whether you're in food and bev, whether you're in e-commerce and fulfillment, whether you're in biopharma, we have a solution. And so it's been really fun to be able to be a part of that from the portfolio side, and really get to see a product all the way from its conception to the realization. So I think Packer and 570 were those first couple of ones for me. And this year we get to launch even more. So I'm sure on our next podcast, we'll get to talk about a couple of more products.
Very exciting. Again, congratulations, Julianne, on all of your great work and your team's efforts. It's showing, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. No, we're really excited to be able to launch our new Recycled Sealing Made Simple campaign. And I think hopefully it'll hit home with a lot of end users. And honestly, my hope is that some of the people listening to this might go, I had no idea that my corrugated was recycled, but it is mushy, or it is breaking, or the tape legs are popping, or my tape heads are punching through. And that if that resonates with you, let's talk. Let's figure out if there's a better tape you could use, a better tape head, if there's a better way that you could automate your systems. Because at the end of the day, it's all about efficiency. It's all about getting your products out the door and into the hands of your customers. And you can't do that if you're constantly reworking. So I'm really excited about this campaign. I think it answers a question that customers have been asking for a while now. And so I'm excited 3M's here to answer that.
Thanks again, Julianne. Really appreciate it.
Have a great day.